Hello and welcome to Prudent Media News. Now a look at the headlines. HSSC corrected mark sheets uploaded on website. Officials claim goof up cleared within 48 hours. Education Secretary says results first, then inquiry. Education Minister firm on no detention circular. Babush appeals headmasters to unite for the betterment of the students. Government to form RT advisory body. What special juices and shakes to beat the heat this summer? Different juices to keep the summer cooling. Churchill brothers defeat East Bengal, stay alive in the title race. Churchill's win batters Silgaonkar's chances of winning the title. And Sakli gets a brand new swimming pool. Speaker Pratap Singh Rane says government has the money, lacks the ability. And now the news in detail. The corrected HSSC mark sheets are uploaded on the website. As per the revised results, 383 students have passed who had failed earlier. Board claims that there were mistakes while computation, but there is no clarity on how the goof up of 12,000 mark sheets was rectified within 48 hours. Education Secretary said the investigation will follow once the results are cleared. The Goa board declared the HSSC results on 18th May. Out of 12,698 students, 9,787 students had passed the examination. The average passing percentage was 77.7%. However, the results were found to be incorrect. They were then withdrawn for verification. On Saturday, all the corrected results were declared on the website. The 383 students who have newly passed were earlier declared failed, just missing 2 or 3 marks due to the computation mistake. Still, there is a list of 2,528 failed students. The goof up in the mark sheets came to limelight only on 19th May, just after the day of declaration of results. Immediately, Chairman of GBSHSE, Mervyn D'Souza, said that corrected mark sheets will be withdrawn and declared again. On 21st, the corrected mark sheets were uploaded on the website. It has been claimed that the board officials verified the mark sheets of 12,000 students within 48 hours and the data was rectified. Prudent Media contacted the Goa board officials to verify the information about the corrected mark sheets, but none were available for comments. We also contacted the higher secondary principals, but none amongst them could reply what the actual confusion was and how the board rectified the mistake. The goof up in the mark sheets investigation is handed over to the Education Secretary. We contacted VC Rao and he told us that the investigation will start only after the corrected results are cleared, as the board officials are busy in clearing the mess. But one thing is clear, the culprits will have to face the consequences. Education Minister had earlier said that the mistake is unpardonable and the heads will roll. Bureau Report, Prudent Media. Government is in a no mood to accept the request of Goa Headmasters Association to withdraw the circular on no detention of students up to 8th standard. Education Minister Babush Montserrat says some schools have implemented the circular and promoted the students. The minister has appealed that all the headmasters must come together for the benefit of school children. Government is also forming an advisory body for implementing RTE.
Education Minister Babush Montserrat is firm on government's stand and he wants all schools to follow the guidelines issued by the Education Department. He says even the Chief Minister Digambar Kamath has given consent to the circular which makes mandatory to pass all students up to the 8th standard. Prudent Media spoke to Babush Montserrat over phone. This is what he said. Director of Education will see how to implement the guidelines. There are already some schools that have implemented the circular. Following this situation, the headmasters must come together to implement the circular as it will benefit many students. The circular has the consent of the Chief Minister. Babu says Goa government has decided to form an advisory body to implement RTE fully in Goa. On Monday, the minister will hold meeting with the senior education officials. The issue of objections raised by Headmasters Association will be discussed in detail. For past 2 weeks, Headmasters Association is protesting against the circular. The association says Education Department has issued the circular too late. Results have already been declared. Goa government wants schools not to detain any failing students from 1st to 8th as per the right to education. But Headmasters Association is firm. They don't want to implement these guidelines for the past academic year. Our senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kanolkar.
Cool milkshakes, fresh fruit juices are the preferred beverages during summer. The fresh fruit juices and shakes help us to beat the rising mercury. It also provides body nutrients during summer. Watch a special report by Neelam Teli in our series Beat the Heat.
गरमी सामकी वाढत चल्ला. या गरमीच्या दिसांनी चडशा जाणांका थंड पिवपाक आवडटा. आयज आमी ह्या दिवचलच्या चिल आउट कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स हांगा वेगवेगळ्या फळांचे ज्यूस तयार करतात. चला तर पळोवया हे ते ज्यूस शेक कशे तयार करतात ते. तूं आयज आमकां कितें करून दाखयतलो?
दाखयता मँगो शेक दाखयता, चिकू शेक दाखयता आनी वॉटरमेलन ज्यूस दाखयता. 3 ज्यूस दाखयता तुमकां. आता हांव तुमकां दुसरो आयटम दाखयता तो म्हणटा वॉटरमेलन ज्यूस. तुमकां तिसरो आयटम दाखयता तो म्हणटा फालोडा. ही तूप मिरया भितून घालता फालोडाक कंपल्सरी. दूध घालता हे आतां भितून. ह्यो आयस घालता हांव ह्यो. ह्यो आतां आयस्क्रीम घातली की न्हू फालोडाक की फालोडा रेडी.
शेक कितें खपता तुमचें?
त्या गरमीच्यान चडशे लिंबू वयता चड, मँगो शेकू वयता, सिजनल न्हू मँगो शेक, मँगो चड वयता. मागीर वॉटरमेलन ज्यूस, फालोडा आनी चिकू शेक हे फास्ट सद्या गरमी दिसांनी आनी लोक खूब प्रिफर हेच करता.
सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक थंड आसता पण तितून तितके प्रोटीन्स विटामिन्स बी आसता. पण ज्युसान सगळें आसता ते प्रोटीन विटामिन्स सगळे आसता हितून. म्हणून हांव ज्यूस घेता नाल्यार शेक घेता.
गरमीच्या दिसांनी सॉफ्ट ड्रिंका पेक्षा असले ज्यूस सामके बरे. प्रुडंट मिडिया खातीर दिवचलच्यान उदय परपा वांगडा हांव नीलम तेली.
For past many months, alliance between the Congress and the NCP is in question as Congress wants to go alone for the upcoming assembly polls. Interestingly, NCP and Congress don't have an alliance in Meghalaya. In fact, NCP is in opposition. NCP member Union Minister for State Agatha Sangma says politics is different and dynamics varies with regions.
Agatha Sangama is the daughter of P.A. Sangama, the co-founder of NCP. She is also the youngest Union Minister of State. She was in Goa and on Saturday she had interaction with the NCP party members in Panji. She declined to comment on NCP-Congress alliance in next state assembly polls. She says party high command has to decide.
To be honest, that is something that the party high command will decide, and that will be decided after a meeting with the Goa NCP unit. So this is not really the appropriate time for me to comment on that.
Surprisingly, NCP and Congress are not in alliance in Meghalaya. Meghalaya is a home state of P.A. Sangama and Agatha. When asked by media why there is no alliance in Meghalaya, this is what she said.
See, politics is very different and the dynamics vary in different places. So even though we are in alliance in the UPA, it's not the case in Meghalaya, whereas at the same time in Goa we're in alliance, in Maharashtra we're in alliance. So it varies, and one can't comment on that.
Sharad Pawar recently had announced that the party men will go across Goa for building the party's base, but did not comment on alliance with the Congress. Will Congress and NCP again have an alliance during the forthcoming polls? The question still continues. Our senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kanolkar, with video journalist Shan.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.